I need your help with all of this. I can't keep running round in circles. Is there something that I missed? I just can't figure it out, I keep my mind away from...
Hi everyone, I'm with Confidence here in Syracuse Warped Tour. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, how you doing?
Pretty good.
It's good.
So this is your first year of Warped Tour, correct?
It is.
How have the shows been treating you so far?
Insanely awesome. Like, we didn't really know what to expect because it's our first time in the US. But people have been coming out, they've been watching the shows, we've been having a great time, meeting a lot of bands, meeting a lot of people. It's insane, I've been loving it.
Yeah.
100%.
Warped Tour is something that I think any young band dreams of doing. We, as individuals, would have dreamed of just attending Warped Tour, so to be able to play is a very big privilege.
So has there been a date that's really stood out so far?
Yes. Honestly, okay, so they've all been really great.
Yeah.
what you're gonna say.
But yesterday we played a show in Virginia Beach, and we played a really late set at 7:10, which is like one of the last sets of the day. And 10 minutes before our set, it started storming, and they evacuated the whole place. And we were like, okay, we're not even going to play today. Today's a complete write-off. But we stuck it out. We stayed there. We waited. And then 10 minutes after our set, they said, all right, fuck it, let's do it. The rain's kind of subsiding a little bit. So we went up and we fucking played the show, and people just ran out in the rain. And we had maybe like 30 or 40 kids just there. All of the people that really wanted to watch our set, just dancing around, singing our lyrics in the rain. And there was like a rainbow forming on the side as well.
The rainbow was the highlight for me. Looking up, playing guitar, being like, I'm getting flooded on stage, but there's a rainbow up there. That's sick.
That's awesome.
It was like one to remember for sure.
I feel like a bit of a musical nerdy fact here. We usually play to a click track, so we played nice and in time. Yeah. We ditched them on that show and we played it like a punk rock show. We played everything 10 times too fast, and it was way fun.
Sounds fun though. That's awesome. You guys just got signed earlier this year to Hopeless Records. So how does it feel to be signed to a label that has an incredible roster like All Time Low, Newfound Glory, Neck Deep? You sound very excited.
Yeah.
That's Sum 41.
Dude, so good. There's like, the roster on Hopeless is like the bands I grew up listening to. And like the team at Hopeless Records are like the best people we've met. There's like a lot of like skepticism when it comes to labels, because everyone's like, it's a big worry, you know, like, oh, we feel like the label's going to affect our music, they're going to try to make us do this and do that, but they've been like nothing but supportive for like our vision and the music we want to make, and all of the input that we've had from them has just been completely helpful and like I guess not deterrent from what we want to do. So
Sure.
We
Yeah, that's
love them very, very much.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I know before that you guys released 2 EPs independently. Has there been like a huge difference now that you're signed, rather than just releasing them like on your own?
Difference how?
Like,
just
I guess like the process of releasing a
the
record.
process. Yes, the process definitely. I guess having a team of, I guess, like, how many people do you reckon are in LA? Like 15 people?
Rough estimate anywhere between
Yeah.
15 25 people working on the team.
Around about that. And,
Yeah.
just having all these people that are like really experienced and I guess know stuff that we don't really know. Having their input on the whole creation process. Like they'll have an input on the music and like the distribution and all of that stuff. I guess it allows us to focus more on the creative aspect of it, which is really good. But yeah, even on the creative aspect, I feel like they've got really valuable input as well.
For sure, like Jayden said earlier, they've been 100% supportive of our creative vision, which is awesome, and we couldn't be more thankful for that. But whenever we've second-guessed anything or needed some advice, they're a phone call away. We call them up, we say, hey, what do you think about this? And they'll give us the best advice they can. So working with them has definitely, it just improved the whole process for us as a band. So yeah.
We're sharing a beer right now because the cup that I had, it actually had detergent still in it, because one of the boys dropped detergent on all our cups last night. So we're sharing.
So you got like one cup to go around here.
Sharing is caring. We just love spit and the opportunity.
So now you guys, I understand you just released your debut album a couple weeks ago under Hopeless. It's titled Better Weather, and how has the response been so far?
I feel like these are all really boring answers because I just keep saying we're stoked, it's great, it's amazing, but it really is.
Yeah.
Like, I guess releasing your first debut album, it's like a really nerve-wracking thing because you're like, oh, I don't know what to expect. We're putting a piece of ourselves out there in the world. But yeah, once again, like the reaction has been really good. Everyone's been really receptive to it. We've had a lot of people coming up to us, a lot of bands as well that have said they've listened to it and really, really enjoyed it.
There's nothing that's more humbling and overwhelming and just incredibly awesome than people that we look up to and respect and aspire to achieve careers similar to coming up to us and saying, hey, we heard of you guys are pretty cool, you're doing like the right thing. That's the most validating thing we could ever have. So it's been unanimously positive and we are more than stoked.
That's awesome, because I know you guys have put out some like music videos already, and like they seem to have like a lot of views on them. They're getting a lot of attention, which is pretty awesome for you.
Should be dropping another one in a matter of weeks. Ooh.
Inside. So now you guys are from all the way from Sydney, Australia, and you've done a fair bit of touring out there. And what's it been like traveling all the way to America for Warped Tour? And do you find there's like a lot of differences like touring out here than versus out there?
I guess yes and no. I think culturally, like Australia and America are pretty similar. But I think the one big difference is the cities are a lot closer. So like we'll only drive like 2-3 hours sometimes between cities and play
Plus that was
shows.
a 9-hour drive, which is very similar to what we do back at home, because Australian cities are spread out hugely, like long drives. So yeah, it's really not that dissimilar at all. And speaking in terms of touring, before we came over here for Warped, we were touring in the UK, and prior to that, Japan, and then prior to that, Australia. So it's been really crazy to get to experience all these different countries and crowds all in one go for our first international experience.
Awesome, yeah. So now after Warped, you're heading out to the UK again with Real Friends. So are you excited to be on the road with them again?
No, yeah, we toured with Real Friends in Australia in December last year.
No, not December. That was June? I'm going to say June.
Okay,
June
losing track.
2015.
Yeah, well, June last year we toured with them, and we just got along with all the guys. They're all really nice people, and we like backed their music. I guess they backed ours, and the offer came through, and we were like, we'd fucking love to.
Makes perfect sense.
It's the first time we're going to travel parts of Europe as well, which will be really exciting.
And with our boys in Knucklepuck as well, so
Tour as well, yeah.
So we've had a chance to talk to them, and we're all really excited to go on tour again. Very stoked.
yeah, we've just made a lot of friends. It's a very surreal feeling touring Australia multiple times with all these great international bands, and then coming over to Warped and having friends everywhere already. So many bands that are on Warped Tour we've toured with back home, and it's just a great feeling to have friends here.
So on the topic of touring, are there any like artists that you would just absolutely love to tour with?
Probably Brittany Spears, I reckon. I've been like holding out for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Could
been
happen.
holding out for her since I was about 7 years old. I'm still a virgin, and one day we'll be together.
Good to know.
I think it'll happen.
I hope so, man. That's exactly what when I signed the contract with Hopeless, like that was that clause. Yeah, that was that 20 grand lawyer fee. Just hook me up with Brittany. But
It's not happened yet though?
it hasn't happened yet. Like we're holding on. Basically, if they don't make it happen, then we're off the label.
Okay. Alright.
No,
Unfortunate.
to answer that a little more seriously, back to Warp bands, a band like Sum 41 would be incredible to tour with. Blink 182 would be incredible. Yes, Skiba. Obviously, we're just aiming high. I don't know, Green Day, All Time Low, bands like that. They're the kind of bands we'd love to be able to tour with someday.
Awesome. And lastly, before we go, is there one thing that you hope your fans will take away from your live performances and music?
Yes. I think. Oh, it's a hard one. I guess like music-wise, like we've got like a few messages on the new album, and I guess like one is like on the topic of like mental illness and stuff. I think that's something we try to portray in a live aspect as well. The idea that if you are like going through something, no matter what it is, just always remember that there's going to be a support system if you're looking for it. I think that's something that's really important, and I think kids should always remember that.
I think everybody needs to remember, if you feel like an outcast, if you feel a little bit different, if you're in that alternative crowd, so are we. So is everybody here. It's fucking cool to be different. Embrace that. Be positive and have a good time.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. You can catch With Confidence on the Full Sail University stage all summer long. Awesome.